Alright, so I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this because I don't have my tripod. I'm using my phone and I have an Insta360 Go 2, so bear with me. I'm going to be putting the mount in my mouth as I talk and try to move the camera to give you the best view here. Alright, so first things first, uh, before I put the camera in my mouth, um, so I'm going to mess up the brake pads. Okay, so brake pads are messed up and you just put new brakes on here, everything's messed up. You want to adjust the rim brakes. So what I do here are a couple steps, just step one, step two, step three, step four, etc. And my brakes are usually always perfect. All right. So what I usually do is I always reset the barrel adjusters, right? So just bottom that out and then bring that in because I might end up adjusting a little bit. All right. So next, right, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna just at least keep these brake pads snug. Okay, so you see here, tighten them, they look decent. So you're gonna want to set your cable tension first. Oh, one of these loosens up. So we're gonna set our cable tension, right? So what I usually do here when I reset it, so let's open, is I'm gonna pull this cable so that the brakes tighten all the way and loosen it to about a millimeter. That's the second step. So first step, at least square these as much as I can, and now I'm gonna pull the cable tension. Okay, so I pulled cable tension, and now if I check my brakes, they're super tight. So the second step was to pull the cable tension, but now we're gonna stretch the cable. You're just gonna press the lever and stretch the cable. Break it, but just give it some tension. You can see here it opened up a bit, right? So we'll adjust that in a bit. So now the third step here is you're gonna close the brake like this, and we're gonna square the rim. You'll see here what I'm talking about. I'm gonna put the camera in my mouth. Okay, that's done. But sometimes, well, sometimes the camera, I mean the brake pads will have a bit of a toe. So you'll want to try again and loosen the bolt and shimmy the brake pad until you see the brake pad is square on the rim and flat. So I'll show you again. But I'm holding the brake down too so it doesn't move out of alignment. this one. Alright. Then I'm looking at it from the side to make sure it's nice and even. I have to adjust it. There we go. Alright. So brake pads nice and square. But now it needs more tension. So I'm actually going to pull the cable a bit more. That's perfect. And if I want to do some micro adjustment, I can add a little bit here, dial it down, and I'd say that is perfect. I made this video really quick. If you want like specific technique, hey, how do I pull a cable? Like I'm having trouble grabbing that cable. How do I get my brake pads to stop squealing? Sometimes brake pads will squeal and you have to put a toe. Sometimes you can just leave them square and nice and even. Right? At least with road rim brakes. The specific cantilever ones where you have a nut and you gotta space it is different. If you want a video on that, let me know. But a couple things too is this thing. If you want to adjust that to put a little bit of tension when you press the brake, you would do that. But if your brakes should be fine. Um, but this is the simplest way. Let me know if the video helped.